Welcome back to Professor Quiz U. Today we've got 20 questions on 80s pop hits. If you scored 12 or more, you're sharper than most people. Let's get started.
Which British band scored their first US number one with Hungry Like the Wolf in 1982? Duran Duran. Duran Duran scored their first US number one with Hungry Like the Wolf in 1982. 2. Which band sang The Safety Dance in 1983? Men Without Hats. Men Without Hats sang The Safety Dance in 1983. 3. Sweet Child O' Mine was the only US number one for which band in 1988? Guns N' Roses. Sweet Child O' Mine was the only US number one for Guns N' Roses. 4. Which group had a 1983 hit with Africa? Toto. In 1983, Toto had a hit with the song Africa. 5. Which 1984 hit by Tina Turner won Record of the Year at the Grammys? In 1984, Tina Turner won Record of the Year at the Grammys with What's Love Got to Do With It?
5 down, 3 or more right, and you're on track. But it only gets tougher from here.
6. Who sang Careless Whisper, released in 1984? George Michael. George Michael sang Careless Whisper, released in 1984. 7. Which 1986 single by Peter Gabriel featured a groundbreaking stop-motion video? Sledgehammer. Sledgehammer was the 1986 single by Peter Gabriel that featured a groundbreaking stop-motion video. 8. Which 1982 single by ABC featured lush orchestration and became a synth-pop classic? The Look of Love. The Look of Love was the 1982 single by ABC featuring lush orchestration becoming a synth-pop classic. 9. Which 1985 hit by Simple Minds was written for the Breakfast Club soundtrack? Don't You Forget About Me. Don't You Forget About Me was the 1985 hit by Simple Minds written for the Breakfast Club soundtrack. 10. Which Australian band hit number one with Need You Tonight in 1987? In Excess. The Australian band In Excess hit number one in 1987 with Need You Tonight.
Halfway home, and the questions only get tougher from here. But you're gnarly, so let's keep going.
11. Which 1981 hit by Kim Carnes was the year's best-selling single in the US? Betty Davis Eyes. Kim Carnes' Betty Davis Eyes was 1981's best-selling single in the US. 12. Which song gave Lionel Richie a number one hit in 1984 and was later performed at the Olympics? All Night Long. All Night Long gave Lionel Richie a number one hit in 1984 that was later performed at the Olympics. 13. Which 1989 Roxette single became a US number one after appearing in the film Pretty Woman? It Must Have Been Love. The 1989 Roxette single It Must Have Been Love became a US number one after appearing in the film Pretty Woman. 14. Who sang the 1984 hit Caribbean Queen? Billy Ocean. Billy Ocean sang the 1984 hit Caribbean Queen. 15. Which Michael Jackson song was the first single from Thriller in 1982? The Girl Is Mine. The first single from Michael Jackson's 1982 album Thriller was The Girl Is Mine.
15 down, 5 to go. The next 5 are tough, but you got this.
16. Which 1985 hit by Tears for Fears opens with Welcome to Your Life, There's No Turning Back? Everybody Wants to Rule the World is the Tears for Fears song that opens Welcome to Your Life, There's No Turning Back. 17. Who sang the 1983 hit Putting on the Ritz, a remake of a 1929 classic? Taco. Taco sang the 1983 hit Putting on the Ritz, a remake of a 1929 classic. 18. Which 1986 song by Berlin won the Academy Award for Best Original Song? Take My Breath Away. Take My Breath Away by Berlin won the Academy Award for Best Original Song in 1986. 19. Which band scored a 1982 hit with Don't You Want Me? The Human League. The Human League scores a hit in 1982 with Don't You Want Me? 20. Which band released the 1982 single Only You? Yazoo. Yazoo released Only You in 1982.
So, how did you do? Leave us a comment with your score, and if you enjoyed this quiz, please consider liking and subscribing, and we'll see you in the next one.